Today we're shooting a sequence where the sailors are having to shoot at something in the swamp. I can assure you it's not butterflies that they're shooting at, but they're using their guns.
I got these earplugs in, and Pete's like giving me direction. I can't hear a damn thing he says.
He's coming.
At all. I'm trying to lip read though. I think I'm getting most of it, Pete.
I'm sure he's going to use the earplugs every day now, with or without guns.
8 guns firing. It's a lot of noise. Eye protection, ear protection, face protection.
I'll still get shot through the heart, mate. But you're to blame.
Of course, in the original movie, you may remember, the sailors were shooting at a brontosaur. I think it was probably the only carnivorous brontosaur in the world, but there's this wonderful scene of the brontosaurus tipping the raft over and staggering out of the swamp after the sailors. The original brontosaur from 1933 still survives and is very close by. We actually have the original model of the brontosaurs here with us today. This is the stop-motion brontosaur that was built, and as you can see, it hasn't stood the test of time very well at all. And the only advantage with it being in such a bad state is it actually allows you to really study and see the way that these models were made back in 1932. A lot of it's made of steel, and the armature forms the basis of the stop-motion puppet, obviously with the ball and socket joints. The cotton was then wrapped over the armature. You can still see the bits of string that attached it and bits of wire. They used some wire mesh netting to pad the creature out, and there's actually evidence of the football bladder that was used for the breathing. And then on top of that was finally a rubber skin, and the rubber skin is largely calcified and in fact disappeared, and what's left is incredibly brittle. There's actually a couple of shots at the beginning of the brontosaur scene that was done with a mechanical brontosaur head rising out of the water. It wasn't stop motion animation like this model, and we actually have that mechanical one over here as well. This was not an animation armature, it was a little mechanical wire rig that when the head of the brontosaur comes out of the swamp, this is what rises out of the water with the water drops dripping on it. Surprisingly small scale, actually, tiny, which is, sort of explains in the movie why the water seems so big and out of scale when it sort of drips from the neck of the creature. But they just made this much of it because all they needed to do was to have it sitting in the water of the swamp, you know, with the water coming up around its body. So this is all that exists of that creature. You can actually still compare it with the photos and recognise its little head. Of course, the irony is that today we don't have miniature dinosaurs anymore. They're all going to be computer generated, but these are the dinosaurs that inspired me when I was 8, 9 years old and I saw King Kong for the first time. So after 72 years, it's just amazing to think that they're sitting here right in front of us, and an amazing piece of film history.